Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to start a series today about the circle of life, not Simba. Of course, you know that I did the Institute of Integrative Nutrition as a health coach, and that was part of our initial learning, was talking about primary food, which has nothing to do with what's on your plate. Your secondary foods are actually what you eat, part of your diet. Your primary foods focuses more on different segments of a pie, which you can kind of see in the background, and we're going to show that on the screen in a minute when we talk about it, but that break down all the things that make up our life and where we stand with those, so that we can see if there's areas in our lives where we need to work on things, relationships for instance. That way, if there's something that's bringing us down in our primary foods, we'll put that in quotes, then we can work on those, because without achieving some success in those areas, you're never going to completely achieve success in your health. I have really learned that over the past couple of years. I've been working on lots of things in my personal life, and you can watch videos about my testimony. There's all kinds of things you can check out that I've really been working on to overcome some obstacles in my health. And without dealing with those, I don't think I would ever have a chance of achieving the goals that I set. So I think this is such an important part of our journey as far as leading to the best and most optimal health we can have. So I really wanted to talk about it. I'm going to give you a little overview of the circle of life today, and then we're going to kind of break down each area and talk about ways, strategies that you can work on making those things better if you're struggling. Okay, so now I want us to take a look at the full circle of life, and we're just going to kind of basically hit each category and what they involve. And then, like I said, we'll break them down into more detail in some upcoming videos. So, starting at the top, we'll start with creativity. There's creativity, which involves ways that you express yourself with art, writing, journaling, things like that. Your finances, this is a big one. I think we did a lot of work on that while I was in the health coaching program, learning how to manage your finances and set goals for yourself financially. So that's a really big one. Another really big one is career. We all have work that we do to earn money, and that basically entails your career, but do we enjoy our work? Is it fulfilling us? Are we, stuck in a dead-end job we hate? Kind of identifying those kind of things. Our education, of course, our health, your physical activity, home cooking. And part of that would be kind of assessing, how often do I even eat at home? How often do I eat out? And learning strategies to make that an improved category if it's not. Your home environment, and that would entail a lot about your relationships, which is the next category beside of it. So like your home environment could be, are you living in a city with a lot of smog? Are you, would you prefer to live in a rural setting versus a city setting? And that's, just kind of figuring out those kind of things about your environment. And then relationships tie into that, which is the next piece of the pie. Where are you with your relationships, with friends, with your marriage, those kind of things that might be dragging you down? Are you dating a total bum who, mooches money off of you all the time? Whatever. Trying to figure those things out. And social life. Are you being fulfilled socially with the friends you have, with getting together, those kind of things? And then finally there's joy. What does that even mean? What does it mean to have joy? But learning what that is and how to find it in your life, no matter what your circumstances are. And then finally, spirituality. I believe that we all have it in us to search for spiritual connections. I think that it's important that we figure out spiritually where we stand and make moves toward gaining greater connection with God. So that kind of sums up the pieces of the circle of life. So what we'll do in the upcoming videos is we'll take some segments of each one, and we'll talk about how to assess if you're not satisfied in that area, how to make gains in that area, how to assess where you are if you don't really understand what a category is. And I just want you guys to understand that our diet is so much more than just the food that's on our plate that we eat. There's so many things that we consume in our everyday lives. Social media, our friends, our coworkers, our boss. There's so many things that tie into making us happy or not. Learning what things that we can control, because some things are out of our control, obviously, so that we can make gains to have a more round circle, versus all kinds of crazy shapes. So in the description box below, I'm going to leave a link to a free tool by IIN that lets you plot your circle online, and then it'll draw your circle for you so you can kind of see where you stand. And it's a great little assessment tool just to kind of give you an idea of the areas and where you stand with them. So I would encourage you to go do that little tool and see where you stand before we start into doing the assessments and moving into the breaking down the categories more specifically. So I hope you'll find this helpful, and it'll make you think about your diet in a different way and help you lead to more vitality and health by improving areas in our lives that we don't always think about as health connected. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.